Let's get a Labor perspective on what's transpired now. I want to welcome Michael Danby, the former Labor frontbencher, joining us live from Melbourne. Good to talk to you, Michael. Congrats, you must have enjoyed Saturday night.
Well, to the victors, the spoils. Albo and Penny Wong are in at the Quad, and they deserve it. I hope they're as good on China as the previous government. Maybe take it down 10 decibels on the possibility of war. But Greg Sheridan gave Penny Wong a tick on China policy, and Albo's recommitted himself to it. You can't denigrate people for saying and doing the right thing. Let's hope they continue doing it. Chris, by the way, they've got a very good policy on slave labour from the Uyghurs building solar panels in China. So that's one good thing.
Yeah, look, I think they've said, Penny Wong and Anthony Albanese have said the right thing and promised to do the right thing on China pretty consistently for the past year. It's just a matter of whether or not they can follow through. But as we discussed last week, I think it was, you now have acting Prime Minister in Australia as Richard Marles, the man who had all these secret meetings with China. He won't be wandering down the hill to the Chinese embassy, I hope, while they're away.
Oh, I don't think so. I think that thanks to Sky News's X-rays on him and Sherry Markson and the Australian, I think he's very constrained on making initiatives towards China as a one-man stand. So I think the united position will be adhered to. And look, whatever people think ideologically, it's what China is doing. It's them that's changed. The national security establishment in Canberra, I have every confidence in them making sure that the new government's appraised of just how aggressive China is, and that will determine Australia's responses. Maybe we can do it in a slightly softer way, but we cannot give in on any of those 14 demands that the Chinese have made of us in order to get some transitory benefit to our trade. We've shown we can diversify our trade. We've shown we can stand up for principles. The government can do that. The new government can do that in a slightly quieter way if it wants, as long as it does.
Yeah, it's a pretty high-level start for Anthony Albanese meeting with the US president, our great ally, of course, Japan, one of our key trading partners, and the Indian Prime Minister, of course. And India's a relationship which we have to develop. That's the one this country really needs to build in economic and strategic terms. So let's hope there's no accidents from Albo.
We're a bit disappointed with the Indians. Let's hope there's no accidents for Albo.
Yeah, well, he got all his accidents out of the system during the campaign. We don't want any accidents on the diplomatic circuit. Well, sorry, what were you cheesed off with the Indians over?
Well, we just have to be a bit, encourage our Indian friends. They haven't been too good on the Russian invasion and attack of the Ukrainians, and we would like them to be a bit stronger on that. Perhaps the Americans can sell them more high-class weapons to defend themselves against the Pakistanis, and then they won't need the high-grade Russian armament.
I think we leave that to the Americans, that conversation. We don't need to get offside with India. We need to build up our trade and an economic relationship with them big time, I would have thought. Now, Michael, on the change of government, I just want to get your thoughts on Scott Morrison. Here's the Prime Minister conceding on Saturday night.
I've always believed in Australians and their judgment, and I've always been prepared to accept their verdicts. And tonight they have delivered their verdict, and I congratulate Anthony Albanese and the Labor Party, and I wish him and his government all the very best. Now, there are many votes still to count, that is true, and there are many pre-polls and postals that will still come in. But I believe it's very important that this country has certainty.
We sure show the Americans how to do a handover. What's your assessment of Scott Morrison's Prime Ministership?
Gracious. It was gracious and necessary. We've done relatively well with recovery of the economy and low mortality rate during the pandemic. There could have been a bit faster here or there at various stages of it. It maybe asserted themselves more against the states, yes or no. I think these all influenced people. But Labor's got a problem. We've got a very low primary vote and not a very strong policy platform that was advanced in this election. So it'll have to be, even though it's all of these leading people are in the socialist left, will have to be a pretty conservative Labor government as far as policy is concerned, and not to get out too far ahead of the 30% of people who supported us in the primary vote. The Greens are clearly a protest vote, because if the Teals had stood in Brisbane, they probably have got elected rather than all those extra Greens.
Indeed, indeed. The Teals yet to come in Brisbane. Maybe that'll happen next time. Thanks for joining us, Michael. I appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you.